So what type of shoes should you wear for the Klondike race? Well, to start with, I would just say whatever shoe you got. But if you are going to pick up a pair of shoes, I would recommend picking up a pair of road racing shoes. Preferably something that's geared towards the half marathon or marathon. It'll provide a little extra cushioning than like a 10K shoe or a 5K shoe might. And you'll want that because the Klondike's road surface conditions can really tear you up. The asphalt that they pave with has a large aggregate, and if the shoe doesn't have enough cushioning, you can really start to feel each individual rock point through the bottom of your shoe towards the end of your legs. Another sort of unique impact of that large aggregate is it bites the shoe really well, which is great for traction. You're not going to slip, most likely, but because of that, your foot can really slide around a lot inside of your shoe. And so that's the other benefit of a road racing style shoe, is they tend to grip the foot really well, have a very secure fit, and helps cut down on the slippage inside of the shoe, and hopefully reduce the likelihood of a friction type injury. The only way I can think of to replicate that, to find out if your shoe is prone to causing those kinds of friction injuries, is to go for a downhill run. Find a segment of road with kind of a long sustained downhill stretch, and just see if you get that kind of if your shoe has a secure fit, and whether or not it's prone to creating hot spots on your feet. If it is, then I would maybe adjust your lacing a little bit, or can for sure consider running in a different shoe for the Klondike. Myself this year, I'm going to be running in the Saucony A8. If you're looking for a road racing shoe, I would highly recommend it. It's fantastic. A little flexible, so if you're into a stiffer shoe, then maybe look somewhere else, but definitely something worth considering. And then I would order my shoes for the Klondike very soon. That way you have a few weeks, a little bit of time to take it out on the road, put a few miles into them, adjust the lacing if needed to get that fit really, nailed down for race day, so you're not having to deal with some sort of friction or fit related issues during the middle of your race. So that's just not fun. The one shoe that I would recommend not wearing for your leg of the Klondike this year is a trail running shoe. They typically have big lugs, which aren't ideal for hard wet surfaces as far as traction goes. They typically weigh a lot more, and I don't know, just not really a fun shoe to race in. So I would leave these in the sport vehicle and put them on once you get to Whitehorse if you're going to do a run, say on some of the awesome trails that they have around there, like up Gray Mountain or something. So anything that isn't a trail shoe, and I would highly recommend taking a hard look at maybe some road racing flats. And because I believe in versatile running shoes, I don't like to have sort of like a Swiss Army knife of a shoe, something that you can take anywhere, especially around Juneau, because for me, I don't have a car, so I end up running on the roads to a lot of our trails, and then running the trails, and then running back down the roads. So it's not really convenient to have like trail specific shoes and road specific shoes. I find road racing flats like these with this type of outsole to be super versatile. I take these basically everywhere, and they perform phenomenally on most of our trails that don't have a lot of vegetative growth or mud. On those rockier trails, or even the I don't even know what you would call it. It's almost like a clay surface, and the boardwalks, these do really well, even in wet conditions. And I took these up the other day from my house right here up to the Dan Moeller cabin, and it was a rockin' time. They performed flawlessly.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last island shore, drink to the full, until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Trinidad.
this is the end of the Dan Muller Trail, the maintained portion. I'm sure if you felt like bushwhacking, you could continue on past this point. I'm just talking a little bit about the scenery that's around, that you're just 3 miles from the trailhead and really 5 miles from downtown Juneau, Alaska. And, you could, just based off the scenery, you could be in the middle of some wilderness area hundreds of miles away from civilization, but really, just a quick 5-mile run up to the cabin, which is that building with the green roof down below. Just talking about how that cabin is for rent. You can rent it from the Forest Service on a nightly basis. I think it's $25 a night. And you just look for the Dan Muller cabin on the U.S. Forest Service page. So it's pretty sweet. It has, I think, gas heat in it, so you don't have to. No need to pack your own fuel up there. Just reserve the cabin and enjoy. About as plug and play as it can be. So, what else I was going to discuss up here? Just probably more about the view. about done with this run. I know I'm excited for the Klondike. I hope the rest of you are too. If you found this video informative or at least interesting, please like and subscribe because there's a lot more coming.